When the prime ministers of India and Italy meet, the internet reacts with an almost singular focus on their personal chemistry. Millions of people share memes, create reels set to romantic songs, and track a viral moment involving a packet of Parle Melody candy. This chart shows the stock price for Parle Industries. Following the summit, retail investors rushed in, hitting its 5% upper circuit. But this company has nothing to do with the viral candy. The actual manufacturer isn't publicly listed. Behind this erratic market behavior and the social media trends, the two governments were finalizing a formal change to their diplomatic status. They have moved to a special strategic partnership. This designation creates a framework for high-level defense coordination and joint industrial manufacturing. While the public focus remains on the memes, the two nations are integrating their geopolitical objectives. For most of the decades following 1947, India viewed Italy as a secondary partner. New Delhi concentrated its European diplomatic efforts on France, Germany, and the UK, leaving the relationship with Rome limited to basic trade and tourism. Relations collapsed in 2012 when two Italian Marines, stationed on a commercial tanker, shot and killed two Indian fishermen off the coast of Kerala. The incident sparked intense diplomatic outrage and a 10-year legal battle over jurisdiction. The dispute effectively froze high-level cooperation between the capitals for a decade. Rebuilding a relationship from a decade-long total freeze to the highest level of diplomatic trust is exceedingly rare in global politics. It suggests that a significant external shift has forced both nations to reconsider their isolation from one another. European capitals are currently navigating a dual crisis. The war in Ukraine exposed the risks of energy dependence on Russia, while the manufacturing dominance of China has left critical supply chains vulnerable to political pressure. For Europe, India represents an alternative. Strengthening ties with New Delhi provides a path toward strategic autonomy, allowing European industries to diversify away from Chinese manufacturing. India is simultaneously moving away from its role as a simple importer of military hardware. Under the Make in India initiative, New Delhi now requires foreign partners to establish production lines and transfer technology to domestic firms. This strategy is manifesting in new industrial deals. The Italian defense giant Leonardo S.p.A. has partnered with Adani Aerospace to build a helicopter manufacturing ecosystem inside India. Cooperation has also expanded to the maritime sector. Fincantieri, one of the world's largest shipbuilders, is now working with Indian entities to support the modernization of the Indian Navy's fleet. These agreements move the relationship past a simple buyer-seller dynamic. By sharing defense technology and manufacturing capacity, the two countries are linking their military-industrial complexes. This industrial cooperation is tied to a specific geographic reality. Strategists have begun viewing the region as an Indo-Mediterranean arc, where the security of the Indian Ocean is inextricably linked to the Mediterranean. The primary maritime corridor begins in the Indian Ocean, crosses the Arabian Sea, the Red Sea, and the Suez Canal, ending in the Mediterranean. Because shipping must pass through narrow choke points like the Bab el-Mandeb, this entire continuous trade route is extremely vulnerable to disruption. In 2023, the India-Middle East-Europe Economic Corridor, or IMEC, was announced as a strategic countermeasure to these vulnerabilities. Within this corridor, Italy serves as a primary entry point. Its geography makes it a natural gateway for Indian goods and digital data entering the European continent. This physical link is supported by a €14 billion trade relationship and joint research in quantum computing, advanced semiconductor technology, and artificial intelligence. Geopolitically, the distance between these two seas is shrinking. The Indian Ocean and the Mediterranean are now part of a single integrated security environment. The leaders are using cultural symbols to reinforce this alignment. During his visit, the Indian Prime Minister drew a direct parallel between Rome, the center of the Roman Empire, and Varanasi, or Kashi, referring to them both as eternal cities, to highlight their shared ancient heritage. These gestures reflect a broader European realization that regional stability and a secure global economy are increasingly dependent on India's role in the Indo-Pacific. The social media focus on candy and memes runs parallel to a series of sophisticated industrial and security agreements. The viral moments provide a friendly public face for a set of strategic decisions that will influence the balance of power across Eurasia for decades.